After opening 3005 hard caskets, I was originally gonna move on from hard clues, but even though I've been doing the same repetitive grind for the past 2 months, I am still really motivated to continue with this grind because I have a goal, and that goal is to green log the whole hard clue section. This is a collection log series, so don't worry. It won't be like last video where 90% of it was syncing to the song like this. We're going back to quality content, and oh boy, I sure love wasting a whole minute talking about useless shit. Alright, let's begin. On the ground, I have 187 master clues, which I'm gonna be stuck doing for a good while. The loot tracker said I had 198. I don't know which one's accurate, but I wouldn't be surprised if some of them despawned. But 187 master clues on the ground regardless, and I have 102 master caskets. So that means that by the end of this, I should have 289 master caskets, which is a lot. From what I remember, I think you could complete 8 master clues an hour, so yeah, I will be here for a while, and I will have to juggle quite a lot, unfortunately. So good luck to me. So I just started my master clues and I realized I'm missing a music track, so let me go unlock that real quick. Alright, just unlocked the last music track, Miss Trock, which is south of Alderaan. I'm curious how it sounds, let's see.
GameCube, Xbox, PlayStation 2.
Wow, that's so beautiful. I did not mean to open that, but it's not like I got anything good anyways. So I've been solving clues for about an hour now. I mean, I did open one by accident, so 9, but I did hop worlds at one point, so I'm not entirely sure if it's 8 or 9 I could complete in an hour, but I do want to see if I can look up any strats to help increase my clue completions in an hour. So in about 10 hours maybe, I'm not really keeping track, I've completed 71 clues, and I want to show off some tech that I learned. So there's 2 that I learned about. The first one I'm going to show is the fallow steps. So right here I have all my fallow steps, and since I have so many, what I can just do is withdraw the music cape and then withdraw all the items that he can ask for. After that, teleport to him, talk to him like usual. And since I have all the items in my inventory, show him the item that he wants. And then that clue step will be complete, and then I'll teleport back to the crafting guild, pick up another fallow step, rinse and repeat. And I apparently forgot my max cape at the bank. But the point in stacking fallow steps is the time spent going to the bank does add up, especially if you're not stacking up fallow steps and you're just doing them the moment you get them. So if you can just stack up a bunch of fallow steps like that, you'll definitely save more time. This strat is also good if you have a back-to-back fallow step. So right here, I show him the fighter torso, and then the next step is another fallow step, so you can just do it immediately. So if you're stacking fallow steps, make sure you check to see what the next step is in case this happens. For the 3-stepper, this involves having 3 different clues with the same puzzle, but all on different cryptic steps. So the one I'll be doing is the Gamal melee step. So this Gamal step is cryptic clue 1, this is cryptic clue 2, and this is cryptic clue 3. So I have all my Gamal steps right here, drop this bad one, and do all 3 Gamal steps. And since they're all on different cryptic steps like I mentioned, I'm able to receive 3 torn clue scrolls that I need. So by doing 3 fast cryptic steps like this, I end up saving a lot of time, since 3-steppers can usually eat up a lot of time depending on if you have a good one or not. But anyways, I pick up the bad one after I got all 3 torn clue scrolls, and then it acts like I completed that clue, even though in reality I didn't. So this is the fastest way to complete a 3-stepper. So for this 3-stepper and fallow tech, it's really only viable to do if you have a lot of master clues, which most people usually won't, but I still thought it would be nice to share anyways. If you do end up trying these, it's recommended to only do the fallow and 3-steppers when those are the only clue steps you have left. 11 hours later, and I have 47 clues left in total. I have 3 at the Warriors Guild, and it is nice to be making some good progress. Who the fuck is Poop Puker? So after a day and a half, maybe 2, all my master clues are finally completed. So I tried looking back at my clips to see how many master clues I actually received, but since I'm going back through hours of footage, I kinda got demotivated. So I don't know if the loot tracker was correct and I actually received 198 master clues, but if anything, I lost either 24 or 35 master clues due to them despawning, so it's definitely unfortunate. But I'll make sure to be more cautious next time if I decide to stack a shit ton of master clues. But in the end, we went from 102 master caskets to 265, so a pretty beefy stack, and I do not plan on opening these anytime soon. Okay, that was a weird ass noise. Why did I make that reaction? Anyways, at the side of my screen, I was looking at my video because I'm so self-absorbed in myself, and then from the corner of my eye, I saw like a pop-up, and it just caught me off guard. But we finally got a new collection log from Vorkath, and let's see, in 4,358, I got the pet, so all I'm missing is the visage and the jar. So I was originally going to do some other pieces of content after opening my 3005 hard clues, but after thinking about it for a bit, I think I'm going to actually just continue with this grind. So I was looking through the wiki to see what monsters drop hard clues, and looking through most of it, a lot of them don't really drop it at a really reasonable rate. It seems like the most efficient route for me to get hard clues at this point is just to do monsters on the Slayer task. But if I were to go down the Slayer route for greenlog and hard clues, it could take me hundreds or even 1,000 hours to greenlog hard clues because the hard clue accrual rate will be just so slow, and that's such a long time to spend. And then on average, it takes about 9 seconds to gear up for a hard clue setup, and then another 3 seconds to run to the crafting guild bank, so 12 seconds. So if you're solving your hard clues after every Slayer task, or if you have under 10 clues, just know it takes roughly 12 seconds to get set up, and doing that so often is definitely going to add up in the long run. So in my opinion, it would be preferred to stack up a bunch of clues, and that's mainly possible by doing either hellhounds or opening impling jars. It's a pretty surface level way of thinking. I haven't thought about it too thoroughly, so I'm just going to leave it at that. So another thing I have to take into consideration is impling jars. So right now ninja implings are at a all-time low for the most part. In a previous video, I mentioned that opening magpie impling jars aren't worth it for hard clues, but it turns out I was actually wrong. And the reason I'm wrong is because since ninja implings are so expensive, you have to take in consideration your best moneymaker per hour. And I don't want to spread too much misinformation, and since I don't know the exact specifics, but if anything, the only time you should be opening ninja impling jars is if your best moneymaker per hour is like 30 plus mil, something like that. And the only moneymakers that are 30 plus mil an hour are boosting services, which is not something I'm doing, so... But yeah, I just wanted to own up to my mistake. But even though I know that now, I'm still gonna do ninja implings for now. I want to see if I could get spooned on hard clues. So good luck to me on greenlock and hard clues and not going broke. So now that we know that I have an IQ of 3, since I'm gonna do ninja impling still, I'm gonna sell some loot from my alt account. So I've been doing Vorkath on my main account, and I trade all my loot to my alt account, which is what I'm on right now, so I'm gonna go sell all of that. Alright, sold all my loot for a nice 280 mil. So I sold all my third age that I got from our hard clues. I didn't get to sell some of them for as much as I would like, but the third age kite shield sold for 195 mil, the full helmet for 90 mil, and the third age rope top for 227 mil. So that gives me 512 mil back for more ninja impling jars. Since I'm locking myself to hard clues, I decided I want to improve my strategies to get faster clue completion rates. So one of the things I'm doing is a new setup, and this setup goes into the wilderness, which originally I thought it wasn't worth it, but it is. I'll get into it a little bit later, but right now there's one thing I'm doing, and that's puzzle skipping. So what this entails is having 2 or more of the same puzzle box clue step. Now, I would only recommend doing this if you're gonna stack a lot of clues, but anyways, so I have this clue right here and I have 1 in the bank, so 2 in total. So I would talk to this guy, drop the puzzle box, talk to him again to receive a second puzzle box, solve the puzzle box like normal, and then after that, I would go to the bank and pick up the same clue step that leads to over here. So that's complete, teleport to the bank and pick up the same exact clue step, and then run back to the guy again. And then I would pick up the puzzle box that I originally dropped and talk to him, and then I should be able to complete the clue without even solving the puzzle. So, from what I've heard, it seems like it's only worth doing puzzle skips if you have to go to a bank to pick up an item. So in this case, I had to pick up Gamal's hilt, so teleport here. And the logic on only puzzle skipping when you have to go to the bank is simply because going to the bank eats up a few seconds. So since you already spent 3 seconds going to the bank, you might as well pick up an item that you need. So, if you were to puzzle skip every puzzle box, having an efficient way of grouping up the clues properly is probably the biggest issue. Because if you have to spend a few seconds picking up the proper clue, then you're just wasting time in the long run, since solving a puzzle box doesn't even take long to begin with. So it's a pretty minimal time save for the most part, but if I'm gonna go hard on clues, I might as well do it as fast as I can. So watch this, pick up the puzzle box, talk to him, and I completed the clue step without solving the puzzle a second time. So that's one tech I'll be implementing into my hard clue solving. Another thing I'm doing now is Yuri/double agent skipping. And what that is not having to fight the double agent. So since this clue step is a double agent step, what I do is pick up a clue that is not a double agent step. So I'll pick up this abyss step and then I'll go complete it. So once I complete this step, the one thing I have to look for is to make sure the next clue I receive is not a double agent step. So in this case I got a casket and that's fine, but in case I got another clue step, I have to make sure that clue step is not a double agent step. So since it wasn't, I could complete that other clue I had and not have to worry about killing the double agent. So I'll speed up the clip a little bit. So I'm gonna do this step. It's an emote step. So usually I would have to fight a double agent, but since I double agent skipped, I don't have to worry about it. I could just talk to him and the step is complete. So Yuri skipping saves time as I don't have to replenish my stats if I need to do that, and also it saves me time from having to do a fight in the first place. So I'd say it's a pretty useful thing to do. So now for the setup, like I mentioned before, this setup goes until the wilderness. It goes a little bit above level 30, or at least that's what I do personally. And then I risk about a mil. I do risk the scroll book. So I made sure there wasn't too much scrolls in my book. Never mind, there is quite a bit. But it's pretty unlikely for you to get PK'd. Just be cautious in what you're risking. Otherwise, if I protect item, I save the scroll book anyway, so it's not a huge deal. So the main reason why I changed my setup is because there is quite a few steps that go into the wilderness. I think there's about like 6 steps that go up to level 30 wilderness at the most. So that's quite a few clue steps. And if I did what I originally did, which was the death abuse mechanic, like I would have to de-gear and all that, and reducing the amount of times I have to re-gear my account will save up time in the long run for sure. So yeah, those are the changes that I'm doing with my hard clue grind. There's not much else to show, so I'll be back once I have enough caskets for an opening. Alright, so it's been about 2 weeks since I started stacking caskets again, and I have 1005. Today is December 23rd, 2024. So, looking back at my log, for those who don't remember, so in total I have 3,183 caskets complete, or clues, whatever. And the only things I'm missing are the rare stuff, so 4 shields and one of the plate bodies. But hopefully this time around I can green log hard clues. But if not, I mean, I'm just saying, some gilded 3rd age maybe? That'd be pretty cool. So like last time, I streamed this casket opening, so I'm not socially awkward, you are. Sweet, yes. That is the one I need. Rune plate body H2. Alright. Vandal's D-High Shield. Where we at 3,421 hard clues. Okay, yeah, that's cool. I like that. Pretty nice. I think that's like my third dupe of that shield specifically. Yeah, it's my third dupe. Pretty nice. Wait, I already got that. Never mind. But well, still, why am I was about to complain about that shit. What's wrong with me? Alright, Gilded Full Helm. That's what I'm talking about. I'm sorry if that was too loud. But that is what I am talking about right there. Third age plate legs. I don't even deserve this shit, but my god. Woo! Third age plate legs, and I got 10 out of 24 for the rares. Like, I don't even know what to say. It's freaking crazy. I know no one asked, but I paused my mic so I could take off my shirt. Just thought I let you guys know. No problem. Is that 3 master clues in a row?
I'm not socially awkward. You are.
Yep. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Gilded plate skirt. Dude, what is up with my account? 3, 2, 1. And a master clue. Alright, well. What the hell? I'm just stretching. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Alright, so I just finished my 1005 hard casket opening. And it was pretty successful. In this session, I managed to gain a few collection log slots. So at the very beginning, I got the plate body H2, so all the plate bodies are complete. And then I got the Bandos D'hide shield, so that leaves me with 3 shields left. And just when I thought my mega rare luck expired, I got a few collection logs, so I got the third age plate legs, and the gilded plate skirt, and the gilded plate body, I think. And then I got another gilded full helm. So still crazy luck when you think about it. Apparently, I could gain more mega rares than D'hide shields, which I am completely fine with. So taking a look at the loot tracker, made roughly 340 mil today, and I'll just scroll down so you can take a look at it. So since I obtained a few collection logs today, and I have 3 shields left, that means the amount of caskets I'm gonna stack is gonna be lower now. I'm thinking between 500 to 750, I'm not sure yet. I don't want to stack too high because there's always the potential to green log before I open all the caskets that I have. And if that happens, then that means I wasted time doing those additional clues, unless, you know, I end up getting another mega rare. But otherwise, that is the plan for now. But before I start that, I gotta do all these masters. I have 70 on the ground, even though the loot tracker says 74, so I don't know. But that's a whole day's worth of master clues. Alright, a good amount of time has passed, and I finished all my master clues. So before I started doing my master clues, I originally had 272 master caskets, but now I have 343. So subtract 343 by 272, that means I did 71 master clues, which was what I originally counted. So I don't know why the loot tracker says 74. Really don't think I lost any master clues this time around. But if I did, then I lost 3. It's hard to say. I'm pretty sure I counted 71 originally, even looking back at my clips. But despite that, back to grinding for more hard clues. So all my mega rares from the 1005 hard casket opening has sold, and I made myself a nice 185 mil. So I'm back at Wildy Hellhounds, and I'm editing a video right now, and I got the strat right here. So since I'm editing a video, I decided to have my alt account right here, because right up ahead, there's Tuna, just casually AFKing, quote unquote. That leaves me pretty vulnerable, since you could get teleblocked really fast if you're not paying attention. So having my alt here makes it so I have more ground to cover, and if anyone logs in around here, if I have a decent reaction time, I should be able to escape. So it's a pretty good strat to do if you're going to actively play and pay an okay amount of attention. So far I managed to escape 1 PKer, which, wow, congratulations, what an accomplishment. But doing this means I can bring more cannonballs, and if I want to bring more risk, I can, which I'm not. And then I have the Ring of Wealth highlighted, which makes it easier to escape, which is totally not a cheap move to do. Alright, so I've done a full day of active Wilderness Hellhounds, so using the cannon, Venator bow, and rigger. So that means I was editing my video for about 10 hours, maybe a little bit more. And I got a shit ton of clues today. So that says 162, the loot tracker says 192, so I don't know what's accurate. But regardless, a lot of clues. So if anyone was interested how many clues you could get within a 10-hour session roughly, it's about that much. And it's going to be quite a pain to transfer and juggle them, but it was worth it. Also, I killed 5,305 Hellhounds today. But yeah, having my alt account here is really nice. I've been able to escape PKers every time, so good strat for sure. So I just learned about another thing I can do to improve my clue completion times, and it's using the Blighted Vengeance sacks. So these are only going to be used when I do the deep wilderness steps, but it's still additional DPS, which helps. And these things are really cheap too, they cost a low 100 GP each. Since you're naked, you have no defense, and the Zamorak Wizard can do some pretty good damage to you. He has a max hit of 20, and he does hit pretty often, so let's see. 10, oh, of course he died beforehand, but I still feel like it's worth bringing for additional DPS. A whole day later has passed, and I finished all my clues, and I got 186 caskets, and it seems both the loot tracker and that little info box is wrong. The info box said I had 162 clues, while the loot tracker said I had 192 or something like that. So I don't know why it's like that. I don't know what's wrong exactly. I'm not obsessed with numbers like that. If anything, I just want to provide accurate enough information for people to see. But I guess I'll go fuck myself. But speaking of accurate information, I have a 6-pack, I live in a mansion, I have a massive cost. So within the next few days of grinding for more hard clues, in one of those days, I got the big shark, which completed all the big fish in the collection log. And I ended up doing more Vorkath, getting a new personal best of 47 seconds, and within 5 days, I've grinded out 512 hard clues. Alright, today it is New Year's Eve. So, 2024 is about to end, and I have 512 caskets here. And I'm hoping I can start the year of 2025 right by not having to do hard clues anymore. Or maybe going outside, either one. So if I don't get these 3 shields by the end of it,
I'm gonna cry.
wait, is that? Ah, that's a dupe. God damn it. Right, 300 caskets left. I'm gonna call it no shields for this opening. Dupe 3rd age this opening. I wouldn't be surprised too, to be honest. Down to the last 100. That's a shield, alright. That is a shield. Oh my god. That's funny. I didn't even know how to process that at first. Like, honestly. I'll take that shield for sure. Yes! Oh my god, yes! Yes! That is what I want. Yes. Goose XDI shield. Alright, so yeah, I am so glad. At least one collection log. Holy shit. 3, 2, 2, 1. Ooh, and a master clue. Alright, just finished off my 512 hard caskets. And we ended off at a nice and clean 4,700 hard clues total. And I was able to get a shield at least. I got the Guthix D hide shield, so I'm happy about that. So from this opening, I got the Guthix D hide shield, a duplicate gilded plate body, and a duplicate 3rd age kite shield. Like, if anything, I'm just in disbelief of my 3rd age luck. Like, it's been so ridiculous, in a good way obviously. So I'm not even mad too that it's a dupe, since it's one of the more expensive items from the drop table. So for the loot tracker, I made a nice 310 mil, with one clue not tracked for some reason. So I'll just scroll down. And then for the master clues, I got 25, and it looks like both are correct for once. I should have had 34, so I'm a little underrate, but I'll live. So, as the days go on, I've been observing things to see if everything is still fireable, but there is a little bit I need to change. So the first thing I'm going to be changing is I'm no longer going to be using ninja imp links to receive hard clues. So now, I'm going to be using magpie imp links for hard clues. I went over it earlier in the video, where pretty much it's only worth opening ninja imp links if your best moneymaker is 30 plus mil an hour, which is not the case. And my money is getting a bit low, so I definitely need to be a little bit more smarter about this. So with magpie imp links, don't quote me on this by the way, but if I recall correctly, if you're making 8 to 9 mil an hour, then it's worth to open magpie imp links. And I definitely have some content where I can make that amount of money, or more. So from an efficiency standpoint, to complete the collection log, yes, magpie imp links are the way to go. Now for the second point, which I don't need to do it, but I want to, and it's being efficient with my time management. So my current process is to kill hellhounds while at work, and then transfer my clues to the crafting guild when I'm at home. And at work, I use mobile to control my PC via my phone, so I can't click things efficiently at all. So you would think that transferring clues to the crafting guild by using my PC would be more efficient, right? Technically yes, but I wasn't seeing the bigger picture. The bigger picture is killing hellhounds and transferring clues while at work. And the reason for that is because all that time I potentially lost getting hard clues from hellhounds, it can easily be reclaimed by opening magpie imp link jars, as you can gain way more clues an hour opening magpies than doing AFK hellhounds. So that's the route I'll be taking now. Now, juggling clues is another thing to take into consideration. If I don't transfer all my clues before I leave work, I only need to juggle once every 50-ish minutes, so it's not the biggest time waster having to go to hellhounds. And I can also bring a clue back with me, so it's not the worst thing, especially if there's not much clues left to bring from hellhounds. So it's very min-max things that I really don't need to do, but since there's potential to be grinding hard clues for a super long time, I want to reduce that time as much as I can, so this is the approach I'll be taking now. Alright, my uniques from the opening sold. I sold a 3rd age kite shield for 215 mil, and the gilded plate body for 13.6 mil. So with me going extremely sweaty, that also includes the setup. So I tried this one, which gives me an 89 max hit because the old setup I had a 84 max hit. But I didn't really like the setup because of the risk. If I were to die, I would lose 16 mil, which I feel like is a little too excessive. In the end, I came up with this Torva helmet and obsidian plate legs. And with this setup, I'm only risking 10 mil, which is something I'm willing to risk. And not only that, it's the same DPS as the previous setup, and I get an 89 max hit, so there's no reason not to use this setup. People ask me, what's the toughest part about this grind? Is it the grind itself? Is it the money I have to spend? Is it the mindset? No. For me, it's counting because I did it again, so I wanted to end off at a nice and clean 5,000, but now it's gonna be 5,001 because I can't count. But anyways, I'm gonna open 300 caskets and hope I can get the last 2 shields that I need. No! Another dupe. Oh, that's sad. Alright, so we have finally reached a nice milestone of 5,000. And for once, I was not lucky. I did not get anything special. No third age, no gilded. I did get a shield, which unfortunately was a dupe. But otherwise, for the master clues, I should have got 20. So 4 under, unfortunately. You know what? Let's just open this. Let's see. Alright, yeah, nothing. Well, back to more grinding, unfortunately. So at this point, you probably think there's nothing else I can do to improve my times and all this sweaty efficient stuff is over with, right? Nope. I still have a few more things I want to test out. Since I'm already going into the wilderness for a good few steps, it made me wonder if there's any deep wilderness steps that I can do that doesn't involve me having to abuse the death mechanic. So, I decided to take a few of them to the test. Keep in mind, it takes roughly 12 seconds to re-gear if I'm completely naked, or if you're gonna do another wilderness step right after, it takes roughly 9 seconds to get the items that you need for the next wilderness step. This is important as it makes an influence on whether I should do the death abuse mechanic or not. So the first clue step that I tested is the one right next to the King Black Dragon lair. And with DPS, Dragon Claw specking would definitely be better than using Web Weaver. So after completing the clue step, it took me roughly 10 seconds to get out of the wilderness completely. So in my opinion, this clue is worth doing instead of doing the death abuse mechanic. The next one that I tested is south of Venenatis' lair. That one could be a hit or miss. It really depends if PKers are there, which really doesn't happen often. But if anything, it took me 10 seconds again to get out of the wilderness, so I felt this step was worth doing as well. The Forgotten Cemetery is another one that I risk, since you can immediately teleport out since you're under level 30 wilderness. Another one I tested is next to Vetion's lair, and it took me about 15 seconds to get out of the wilderness. So with this one, I wasn't too sure. Especially because if you were to kill the Zamorak wizard with a web weaver bow, sometimes the kills are a bit slow, so because of that fact specifically, I decided to risk doing that step as well. The next one I tested was north of the wilderness lever, and it took me 15 seconds to get out of the wilderness. I decided that was worth doing as well. Even though this area is a more high traffic area, I don't think I've ever been PK'd here. And then north of Black Chinchompas was the one I tried next. This one, I got out of the wilderness in 20 seconds. So I wasn't entirely sure with this one, but I think out of stubbornness, I decided to stick with doing it in the end. And then the last one was at Black Chinchompas. That one's the most riskiest place to do it, since sometimes there is PKers. But I ended up doing that step anyways. So in total, that's 16 wilderness steps that I'm risking now. So after my first week, I got 131 hard clues. Oh my god, this shield really is cursed. I keep getting dupes of this one. It's my 4th one now. So in this casket opening, I left empty-handed with nothing special whatsoever. So a news post about Voldemort Part 3 just came out, and I made a 7.4 mil flip off of the news. The news was related to this new boss and a new Pest and Slot boots. I didn't get to buy as much as I would like to, unfortunately, since money is a bit strapped, but I still made a profit regardless. And I haven't been flipping much lately. I haven't really been interested. If anything though, I was from I think negative 36 mil, and now I'm at negative 30. Sometimes, if you really want to achieve things, you have to make some sacrifices and get out of autopilot mode to think outside the box for potential opportunities. I feel I've done all that I can to be as efficient as possible with my hard clue grind, and I am really content with it. It can be fun to challenge the mind and see what you're capable of. That's the type of stuff I enjoy doing at times. You've pretty much seen it all, and now, all I have left to show you is a bunch of casket openings. And a bunch of extremely low effort edits, because that first edit I did for my first opening, that took so long, so I'm sorry. Kind of, not really. Yes! Oh my god, yes! Yes! One! Oh my god, yes! I saw that shield and thought I had it until I saw the freaking collection log pop up. Oh my god. All I have left is Armadale, the high shield, and I'll be green logged. I have 178 caskets. Oh, please, please give it to me. Oh my god, Jagex, look, my my PP level's at 5. You're gonna give me the shield. Oh my god, what a shitty joke. Oh, wait. Wait. Oh, Gilded Hosta. I didn't even notice that was a mega rare in that loot. I just saw the collection log and immediately reacted, thinking it was the shield. But I guess the mega rare luck continues. Wow, halfway done through the mega rares for hards, which is definitely really interesting. No, that's not what I want. No. Oh, a new collection log. Gilded Med Helm. Alright, sweet. It's always with these freaking Gilded Third Age things. That was not even a proper sentence. Yes! The last shield! What? I'm just at a lost of words. I can't even make proper sentences. Oh my god. Yes. I was gonna stack till 50 caskets since I have like, what was it, 39, 40, whatever. But I'm so glad I didn't, because I probably wouldn't have got this freaking shield. But anyways, 5,667 hard. Let me talk to chat first. I'll be back. Alright. So the shield was my 1050th collection log item in total. And, well, okay, let me open the rest of my caskets first. Alright, and that's the last caskets. Okay, so hard clues are officially green logged. I already forgot the number of caskets technically, but if anything, I am so glad to be done because I've really been wanting to move on, and I have another goal in mind, which I'll probably go over the next video. It really depends how long this video is, I guess. But yeah, in total, I got 11 shields, and yeah, I'd say I finished hard clues at a pretty decent rate, because if I recall, the average rate to complete hard clues is like 5,400 or something like that. Don't quote me on that. But yes, it is done. And I even got another mega rare at the very end, which is freaking ridiculous. And looking at the mega rares, I am halfway done with it, 13 out of 24. So really good progress this whole grind, which I am super happy with. So now for the loot tracker. So with this whole grind, well, obviously not everything is tracked. I'm missing 200-ish for some reason. But otherwise, I made 1.9 bill, which is definitely very interesting for hard clues. Obviously, most of the profit is from the third age, but I'm just gonna scroll down and you can take a look at everything. And so apparently 344 master clues were tracked, but I was doing the math, and apparently I was dry of 80 master clues, but with how lucky I was this whole grind, like, I'm fine with that, and I'm sure I'm gonna eat those words eventually. And I guess that's all I have to say, really. Oh yeah, I actually have one more hard clue that I didn't do. I'll do it. We'll see if it's worth doing or not. Okay, this should be the last step, and let's see. Ooh, master clue. Alright, that's worth it, I'd say. But that concludes my hard clue grind, hopefully forever. And I say that because there is a possibility of me doing hard clues. It's in the very long future, or it may never happen in my lifetime, but if I were to somehow greenlog Elite and Master 3rd Age and Gilded, and I was somehow stuck with only hard clue megarares, then that's the only time I would do hard clues again. Otherwise, yeah, I'm done. So, that means I could do my favorite thing. Well, let me take a picture of this layout. But I'm gonna delete the hard clue tab. Oh, and the Wildy Hellhounds tab. Alright, so that should save up some space. Not that much. I still have a lot of shit I really need to do eventually. And now I have some spring cleaning. I need to sell all the hard clue loot, so... Alright, I almost forgot about the Impling jars. So, ever since I switched to magpies, I bought 31,010 magpie Impling jars. I did just buy 3,000 of those, but I'll keep those for master clues. But anyways, in total, I spent 839 million on magpie Impling jars. But that's not including the 3,000 I just bought. But if we do include the 3,000 I just bought, then I spent 930 mil GP. Now for the loot tracker. In total, I opened 29,856 magpie Impling jars and received 606 hard clues. And quote unquote, the profit is 420 mil. Nice. Overall, a really pricey grind, and even though I made 1.9 bill off of my hard clue grind, I definitely did not profit. I don't know how much I lost exactly, I didn't do a good job keeping track of that, but oh well. I'm broke, that's all that matters. Okay, now I sell all the loot. Okay, all the loot is sold, and I got 181 mil back. So with hard clues out of the way, I can now proceed to do my next big grind. I really can't wait to share it, but it's gonna have to wait till next video. But if anything, I've had footage that I've recorded months ago, as early as March 2024, and I can't wait to finally release them and get them off of my backlog. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed watching the hard clue journey.
Rate, comment, subscribe.
And I'll see you guys in the next video. You better be there, I swear.